looking right here at our classwork review. So I'm going to record this in two parts. One is going to be where I'm going to start you off with, and the other one is going over the final answers of this classwork. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, everybody's got their pen or pencil out in front of them, their phones down so they can plot points with me. Okay, we're going to plot A. I know it says E, F, G, H. It should be A, B, C, D. I had two people point that out to me. Sorry, it was a typo. So for A, I'm going to go over 9, up 7. So that's over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's A. B is over 15, so that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Up 11, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's B. C is over 14, up 18, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And D is over 2, up 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's D. And then I'm going to use a straight edge to connect the sides. How do we feel, guys? We can plot points. We can connect them. I feel like one of the biggest mistakes people make is they draw it too fast and they mess up on putting the points correctly. Okay, so I'm literally going to do one of each of these. So I'm going to start with finding the length of A to B. Okay, so I'm right here in A to B, and I'm going to show you two different ways. You guys ready? I can find the length of my triangle right here, knowing that I'm going to go over 6, up 4. So I'm just going to go, it's a Pythagorean theorem, right? 6 squared plus 4 squared equals AB squared. And then I take the square root of both sides, and I put in my calculator 6 squared plus 4 squared square rooted. So the length of AB is 7.2. Okay, I want to talk about the other way we can do this. When we're talking about length, we can use distance formula. That's x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. Okay, so you can literally put those points, and we're talking about A to B. So A is 9, 7, B is 15, 11. Okay, we can make this x1, y1, x2, y2. And we simply put this in here as 9 minus 15 squared plus 7 minus 11 squared, and square root it. We're going to get 7.2 for that as well. You do not have to get both, but some of you are messing up counting when you're doing it. Questions about how to find the length of a side? Keep going. Okay, so you know you're going to have to find BC, CD, and DA as well. Yeah, rounding to the nearest tenth is a pretty good deal. Yep. Okay, now we're going to talk about slope. A to B. My slope, when I look at this, I'm going to go from A to B. I go up 4, over 6. That reduces to 2/3. I can just do that from looking at this purple, blue triangle, right? Up 4, over 6. That's what I did. Or you can use taking y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You do not have to do it this way. Some of you like it. Just going 11 minus 7 over 15 minus 9 gives you the same answer. So you can do it graph, just counting on the graph. You can plug into the formula. Either way. Questions about that? Yes? Would the square side be going up? You can do it this way too. If we want to go from B to A, you go down -4 to the left 6, if that works better for you. But a negative divided by a negative is also a positive, right? And you're going to find the slope from A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to A. Okay. If they have the same slope, you know that they're what to each other? Things that have the same slope are what to each other? Parallel. And if they have opposite reciprocals, they're perpendicular, right? All right, let's turn it over. Now we're going to talk about the diagonals. Okay, so my diagonals are A to C and B to D. You can write them the other way. Okay, so this is where I get some people that are confused, my most questions. All right, if I'm looking right here, A to C looks like this. That's my diagonal. I had to draw it in. And I'm going to here and down. Okay? So if I'm going from A over to C, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that's 5. If I'm going up, okay, so that's from 7 to 18. Go up 11. Okay, so now I'm going to flip this over, and it's just going to be 11 squared plus 5 squared equals C squared, or A to C squared, okay? And so we can just do the square root of 11 squared plus 5 squared. Gives me the answer, okay? Which, what is that? So I like to put it in my calculator all at once. So I just say the square root 11 squared plus 5 squared gives me 12.08. Now remember, you can say A is 9/7 and C is 14/18. You can call this x1, y1, and this x2, y2, right? And you can go 7 minus 14 squared plus 7 minus 18 squared, and you're still going to get 12.08, right? Either way is fine. Graphically, distance formula. All right, the slope, okay? Graphically is just 11/5. I went up 11 over 5. If I want to do it by the formula, I'm going to go 18 minus 7 over 14 minus 9. It's still going to give me 11 over 5. You don't have to write anything in here for calculations. You can say C graph. That's fine too. Okay, midpoint. Midpoint is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So that's 9 plus 14 divided by 2, 7 plus 18 divided by 2. Okay, comma in the middle. So we end up with 11.5, comma 12.5. Okay, make sure you put these, if you put this in the calculator, you got to do the whole top added together, then divided by the bottom. Okay, so you're going to have to find the distance or the length of B to D, the slope of B to D, and the midpoint of B to D. And on the front, you're going to have to find the length of B to C, C to D, and D to A, and the slope of B to C, C to D, and D to A. And I'm going to give you 15 minutes to do this. And then I'm going to come around and give you points for doing it. And then I'm going to record another video going over the answers.